U says Let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's make a sound. Red hen fed 10 red pets. Wet sled, wet Let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's make a sound. Red hen fed 10 red pets. Wet sled, wet bed. Tail, fell, bell, shell. Yes, test, rest. That happy sound. Let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's make a sound. Red hen fed 10 red pets. Wet sled, wet bed. Tail, fell, bell, shell. Yes, test, rest. That happy sound. Let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says let's make a sound. Red hen fed 10 red pets. Wet sled, wet bed. Tail, fell, bell, shell. Yes, test, rest. That happy sound. Let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's make a sound. Red hen fed 10 red pets. Wet sled, wet bed. Tail, fell, bell, shell. Yes, test, rest. That happy sound. Let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says in the sun. The U says learning is so much fun. The U says let's make a sound. Red yes, test, rest. That happy sound. Let's have fun with the sound. Up in the sun, what a happy pup. A buzzing bug is on the rug. The U says, like a jump and a run in the sun. The U says, learning is so much fun. The U says, let's make a sound. Red hen fed 10 red pets. Wet sled, wet bed. Tail fell, bell shell. Yes, test, rest. That happy E sound.
All right, good evening, everybody. You're welcome to this session tonight. If you have any of your colleagues is supposed to join this session and he has not joined, kindly inform them. Thank you very much. All right, tonight our topic is preparing learners for a global future without losing local relevance. Kindly note that this session is running both on Zoom and also on the YouTube. So in case the session is full and someone is not able to join Zoom, the person can join through the YouTube. Excuse me. And also, the session will be recorded. Or it's being recorded, sorry. It's being recorded, and even though it's a free session, you can request for the live recording. If actually, we will share the live recordings, the link to the live recording on WhatsApp, the update WhatsApp by the end of this session. And also, if you find the session impressive and you would like to get a certificate on this, yes, certificates available on request. You can request for certificates. But that one does not come for free. That one comes at a token of 3,500 naira if you wish to have a certificate for it. I also want us to know that this session is a requisite or tester class for other sessions we'll be having based on pedagogy of the British curriculum. We have trainings coming up on the way. It's going to be both virtual and physical. So we don't have the virtual session before this third term is over. And we'll be having a physical sessions in Lagos, Abuja, and most probably in Port Harcourt. I'm talking about a training on pedagogy of the British curriculum. And our focus will be on EYFS training, checkpoint, and IGCSE focus training as well. And we have in mind of doing it in 4 states. or 4 locations in Nigeria. That's going to be Lagos, Port Harcourt, Warri, and Abuja. So while the virtual session will be uh, on Zoom here. So without much ado, we're starting right away. Remember, the topic is preparing learners for a global future without losing local relevance. And our emphasis and our point of study will be comparison of the Nigerian and the British curricula. That will be on our emphasis. You will know and agree with me that as educators that we have, of course, all of us are familiar with our own national curriculum. My name is Dr. Adedamola Israel Olofa. I am the lead consultant for Economics Consulting Nigeria, as well as the CEO of Education Business School. So once again, you are welcome to be checking the Nigerian and the British curriculum, the similarities and differences between the two of them. So now, and our points of learning tonight will be to examine the key similarities between the Nigerian curriculum and the British curriculum. Also, to analyze the major differences in philosophy, in pedagogy, and also assessments between the two systems or between the two frameworks. We'll also be discussing as number 3, the what Nigerian educators, you and I, can learn from the British curriculum framework or practice, and also provide practical guidance. I'll be providing with those practical guidance on how to combine global practice with local relevance. Global practice with local relevance. Global practice when it comes to how a typical international curriculum is being run, or the methodology of such an international curriculum. We will be discussing that, right? And the last thing we'll be discussing is, if time permits us, which I trust God is going to permit us, we will also learn how to develop strategies for learners who are both globally competent and culturally grounded. Globally competent and culturally grounded. So may God help us in Nigeria here. Like as we're talking now, there are people who are just trying to join the WhatsApp group. They're trying to join the WhatsApp group when training has started. I wonder what they were looking at all these days and all this time. Okay, so just let's say the Nigerian, and remember we're talking about the similarities and differences. There are some, and the aim of another aim of this session is for some of us who don't know much about the British curriculum, that we may be aware of it, and also the reason why it may be, I didn't say it may be important Right. So sorry. I don't know why the network went off. So, all right, here we are. Or where this is where we stop, or where the system stopped me. So as I was saying earlier, it is we will also be learning why it is important for us to likely or advisably, please mind my sentences, advisably blend our national curriculum with the a typical international curriculum. Let me start, let me digress a little bit. When we're talking about international curriculum, what you are seeing on the screen here is not, is just one of the international curriculums, one of them, which is the British curriculum. We have other international curriculum which we are familiar with. So if your own school is running, is combining or running as solo, stand alone, a typical international curriculum, can you please put it on the chat box? Okay, my school runs, for instance, my school runs the Montessori curriculum, or my school runs this other curriculum with Nigeria. I'd like to see that being stated in the chat box. Good evening, Madam Folashade. How are you, ma'am? Let me know which other curriculum your school run, apart from the British curriculum. Even though I'll be breaking down the British curriculum into pieces a little bit for better clarity. I'm waiting for a message to drop on the chat box. Okay, tell me which curriculum does, okay, my school runs adapted integrated curriculum. Wow, that one is okay. Okay, Madam Sophist, it's nice to see you again, man. My school runs the British, American, and Nigerian curriculum. Awesome, 3 together. And Madam Sophist, please kindly tell us what do you mean by adapted / integrated? What does that mean, please? Thank you, Mary Adishola. Toluwatope Adenika Ajayi. My school runs Cambridge curriculum. Beautiful. Olawi Christiana Adura, British and Nigerian curriculum. Do you have more people in the house? Do you have more people telling us? We are 26 in number, and I've just got only 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 responses. Where are others, please? Is there any school running the Montessori curriculum combined with Nigeria? Montessori principle, sorry, Montessori principle combined with Nigeria. Anybody else? I'll give us about 30 seconds more. Let me have more. 26. Don't be an onlooker. Please say something. Okay, if your school is running only Nigerian, or Marking Nwigwe, run Cambridge curriculum, Shedrack, Cambridge curriculum. Wow. Shedrack, okay. Blended curriculum, British Nigeria. Good. We have Lashadi. I have a book from US, Dedicated Parents, so I picked from that and add to Nigerian curriculum. I'm sorry, it's for preschool. Beautiful, okay. British Nigerian. Yours runs both British and Nigerian. Okay, thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you very much for your contributions. Okay, uses both. What are both, or what is both, please? Madam Ebony Cook, or Mr. I don't know. Ethical. Okay, Modipe, only Nigerian curriculum. Oh, beautiful. I love that. That will give us something to talk about. So I have seen some schools running British plus America plus Nigerian curriculum. Awesome. Okay. And some schools run British, they run Montessori combined with Nigerian at their preschool, while they run only Nigerian at primary and secondary, while others, Montessori plus Nigerian at the preschool, and run the British curriculum at the primary, some run it up to the secondary level. Beautiful. Now, not to all of us, let me say something about the building of educational programs. Building with that's what we call programs in education or educational programs. When we say programs are similar to curriculum. And curriculum isn't the same thing as syllabus. The syllabus isn't the same thing as the scheme of work, all right? For instance, when we say preschool program, we have preschool educational program, or the preschool curriculum. When curriculum is being, and curriculum comprises of everything of about what to learn, how to learn, why learning it, materials to learn it. That is the curriculum. That's a program. A program does not run in years. A program run in a batch of years. For instance, when we say we can have the preschool curriculum or a preschool program, they mean they mean both. Program and curriculum mean both. They mean both. So you can say educational program or educational curriculum. So we have curriculum for the nursery or program for the nursery. We have curriculum or program for the primary. We have curriculum or program for the secondary. We have program or curriculum for the university, right? We also have curriculum and program for the polytechnic. We have for program. We have for colleges of education. We have for them. Now a program or curriculum captures a number of years. It captures that. Captures a number of years, and it captures a particular section of education. For instance, as I told you earlier, preschool program or preschool curriculum. Then it will tell us why that curriculum or that program is important to the child, and to the nation. And then when you now break down a curriculum, you get a syllabus. When you break down a syllabus, you get a scheme of work. I'm sure that is not too difficult to understand. Now, in the case of the Nigerian curriculum, we have our curriculum being produced by NERDC, National Educational Research and Development Council, and they operate under the Federal Ministry of Education. In similar term, we have also national British curriculum, British curriculum that is based on the UK national curriculum, or you can also call it the national curriculum for England. Okay, and that one has subsidiary curriculums. I'll come to that later. Because when you say the British curriculum, it's not one curriculum. The way we say the NALDC is not also the one curriculum. There are curriculums under the curriculum, the mother curriculum. Now, for the NALDC curriculum for the Nigeria, if you're Ghanaian here, or you're a Congolese here, or you're from or a Beninois here, it's a similar thing runs in your own national framework as well. Now, thank you very much, Adesola. Thank you. Now, for NLDC, the focus, no, for any country at all to build an educational program. I've told us before, for preschool, for primary, for secondary, for tertiary, like we have curriculum for the universities. All countries have that. Listen, every curriculum policy maker or the body that comes up with curriculum, there is what they look at. This is very important. There is what they look at before they build their curriculum. They look at what is happening in our country. What has happened in our country? What will likely happen in the country? They look at the history, look at the people, look at the development, look at the trends, look at the society, look at many things about their country. Because, so and based on that, they will now build the program or curriculum so that the children or learners will understand the country and how they can contribute to the country and how they can contribute to the country, how they can build the country, how they can understand the country, and how they can be relevant and useful to the country. Relevant and useful to the country. So based on these little factors, curriculums are built by different countries. For instance, in Nigeria, Nigerian curriculum, either for preschool or for primary, secondary, or tertiary, they are built on these four entities. You know, I don't want to be going too deep. What I just mentioned, how the children or citizens of that country, what they should learn about their country, how they can be useful about their country, how they can contribute to the country, and so on and so forth. That's how they say curriculums are built. And and based on that, each curriculum based on countries are built with what we called educational philosophies in mind. Okay, I welcome my very wonderful associate, Mr. Olujimi. He's working with me tonight on this session. He'll be coming up very soon. Thank you very much, and you're welcome, sir. So you see on the screen for Nigerian educational policymaker, their own focuses are national unity and how to become good citizens. That's why we have, I'm talking about curriculum models, original models. We have like uh, perennialism, we have pragmatism. Those are all models. So, but I don't want to go into all those tism. So for Nigeria, national unity, how the country will remain one because we are diverse and also to become good citizens. That's why we have subjects like civic education, which they make compulsory. See that? And also social studies, security educations. We have them like that, like that. We also focus on cultural identity. So it focus on economic reliance, sorry, and also entrepreneurship. Those are the core areas the Nigerian curriculum is built. Why, if you come to international curriculum with the British curriculum as a case study, I said something the other time that when I talk about the British curriculum, it's not just one curriculum. Okay, there are subsidiary curriculums under the British, and we have them like Cambridge, we have them like Pearson Edexcel, we have them like Oxford AQ and also Oxford, and so on and so forth like that. Now, when you hear the word British curriculum, it means all the curriculums made in the UK as Nigerian curriculum is the curriculum or all the curriculums made in Nigeria. We have under the Nigerian curriculum, let me go back there briefly, ECCDE, which caters for our preschool section. ECCDE, early childhood, early childhood. Ah, ECCDE, Egbami. Okay, let me go on. I remember. Okay, we have ECCD for Nigeria for the Nigerian preschool. We have BECE for the Nigerian primary and lower secondary, and we have WAS or NECO, yes, and also UTME. They are also curriculums for Nigerian school. And then for the England, we have a similar thing. I thought it was bad. We have the Cambridge curriculum, we have the Dexter curriculum. We also we have okay, you just see the early childhood and early childhood care and development education. ECCD. Yes. So now for the UK or British curriculum, we have national curriculum for England. Listen. National curriculum for England, curriculum for Scotland and Wales, Cambridge curriculum, Pearson Edexcel curriculum, Oxford AQA curriculum, and so on and so forth. So they are also from the British. So when somebody say we are running the British curriculum, my question is always which one? Which one? Because all these ones that I've mentioned, apart from the one that I forgot to mention, which is the early years foundation stage EYFS, which caters for the preschool, as ECCD covers for preschool in Nigeria. This one covers for preschool in the UK. EYFS caters for the preschool in the UK. And recently, a new early years curriculum has just been created in the UK to join the EYFS. The EYFS is created by the by Ofsted in the UK. Okay, and then there are also private bodies that as well created subsidiary for that. Okay, now the newly created early years curriculum in the UK is called Cambridge EY. Cambridge EY. Cambridge EY is produced in 2004, while EYFS was produced or created in 2008. Sorry, I made a mistake there. EYFS was being brought out in 2008 under the Child Rights Act, while the Cambridge EY was being brought out in 2024. Yes, I got it, 2024 and 2008. So recently. And for the EYFS, it has doesn't have subjects. There are no subjects under the EYFS, as we learned the other time during our training. The EYFS does not have subjects. There are no subjects there because it is not yet a school. When you hear preschool means school has not started. Preschool before school. But there are some entities learning content under the EYFS that look like they are subject lookalike. Subject lookalike. They are being called learning and development areas. Learning and development areas. So they are the ones that look like subjects. So this one, yeah, so one of them, we have mathematics, we have literacy, we have computational language, we have expressive art and design, we have personal, social, and emotional development, PSED, we have physical development, and we have understanding and knowledge of the world. Those are the learning content that look like subjects. Why I say they're not subjects is because they are not really subjects, but that is what the children are learning there. Now, in comparison to the focus on building the curriculum in Nigeria, national unity and institutionship, cultural identity, economic self-reliance, and entrepreneurship, for the British curriculum, in comparison, theirs is the focuses are on academic rigor, listen, and mastery, critical thinking and creativity, global competitiveness, and independent learning. The Nigerian curriculum shapes Nigerian identity and also shapes competency across all levels from pre-nursery, from preschool to the tertiary. All right. Now, why do you think we need to have elements or a blend of international curriculum, like that person who told us that their school run the Nigerian plus the Cambridge from America. Okay? Combined together. Why do you think your school should do that? Why can't you just stay with the Nigerian curriculum? Why can't you just stay with your Nigerian curriculum? Why do you think your school should have a blend or an integration of national curriculum, Nigerian national curriculum, as well as one or two uh, international curriculum? Anybody that can tell me why your school do so? If you want to tell me something about that, you can raise up your hand. There is on your phone, there is an icon of hand raising at the bottom of your phone. Yes, you can raise up your hand. So I will unmute you and tell us what is the reason, what is the rationale behind that. Later, we come back to emphasis on the focus of one of the global curriculums, which is British curriculum in this case. We have seen American curriculum, some school run Canadian curriculums. Okay, so why do you think it is necessary or it is important for your school to have a blend, a combination of Nigerian national curriculum plus another international curriculum? Anybody? Okay, I've seen Madam Madura's hand. Okay, you can please unmute yourself now. Madura, please unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? Yes. Yes. Please go on, ma.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
I believe when we are including the other curriculum, is just for the children to prepare them to be able to solve global challenges. I believe the children can travel at any time so that they will be able to meet up with other country teaching or learning.
Please come again on that.
What I mean is that we prepare these children so that they will be able to solve all other global challenges. As in, if they travel out, they will be able to meet up with the standard of the other country.
Yeah, to be able to meet up with to meet global relevance. Yes, and also solve problems as a global grounding. Thank you very much. Anybody else again? Anybody else again want to tell us why you think it's important to blend national curriculum with any global one, or why you did so in your school? Please, let's raise up our hands so I can unmute us. I have just one more person. Okay, Madam Sophist. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Sorry. Please try again, ma. To unmute yourself.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir, and well done.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Yes, sir. To make them, to give them the necessary skills they need to bring out the potentials in them. You know, the Nigerians, we have all these, they define, we load them with notes, but most of the curriculum there give the appropriate, bring out the best in them. They'll be able to think, develop a creative mind, so and be able to solve questions. They will be able to think beyond what they have been taught to them in their class. So it's not just that they
Think,
just sit down and just
mhm.
write the notes in their class.
Okay. So beyond note copying,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
thank you very much, Ma. Okay. If you look at the screen, you see differences between why they focus on Nigerian curriculum and British curriculum. And now this British curriculum is similar to every other global curriculum. That is, like Madam Sophie said, look at critical thinking and creativity. Look at mastery, academic mastery. What we have in Nigerian is academic rigor. Listen, Elijah, you have something to say. What we have in Nigerian is academic rigor. But for instance, the British curriculum has more than academic rigor. It also have mastery. Madam Blessing, please let me give you seconds for your contribution. Please try again to unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Actually, I wanted to add that blending curriculums will help cover up for the lapses in one curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah. And help the children
Go
develop
on.
holistically.
Holistically.
Yes.
Let me use that. Let me use that word. Go on, ma.
Okay, the Nigeria curriculum to me can be limiting to an extent. Then, if you bring in the British curriculum in totality, it may not be culturally relevant to our own context and the issues that are of national priorities to us. So, blending will now create that balance to an extent.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You just spoke on the balance that is needed for children in learning. You said that the shortfalls, shortfalls in one curriculum, if you bring another curriculum into it, it will help what this curriculum does not have. Let's say what Nigerian curriculum, which is our own, does not have. Another curriculum from another country can fill in that gap. We therefore have a balanced curriculum for a balanced learning. Yes. So one curriculum provides augment for the inconsistency of another curriculum. I love that. You also said that for this curriculum, in this case, that it gives us, it helps to prepare a holistic or a total child, holistic learning or total child. Now, that's very important. That's very important. Now, somebody said something, that is Madam Sophie, that everything about Nigeria, like yesterday, when Pastor Jimmy was giving us a training, his own training, yesterday, he talked about that Nigerian curriculum is content heavy. Content heavy. While in this case, our case study British curriculum is skill heavy. If I got it very well yesterday. Now, content heavy means that if you see it, look at the Nigerian curriculum is so loaded with content to learn. But hardly will the Nigerian curriculum equip someone for relativity of what they are learning to the life around them in the present or in the future. Don't forget what I said. I said curriculum builders, they look at what's happening in the country and how the children of the country will be useful to the country and contribute to the country and know about the country. Of those three, be useful, contribute, and know about the country, only one of them is Nigerian curriculum satisfying, knowing about the country and the things around it. To be useful or to contribute. That is why those two are, I'm not sure our curriculum, either in the preschool or primary or nursery, is doing that. That is why the vehicle, the jeep of a university professor who is in the mechanical engineering department, who focuses on automobile as his major, a Nigerian professor in the mechanical engineering department, Faculty of Engineering, mechanical engineering department, automobile major. His vehicle stopped on the way. He opens his bonnet and looked at the engine. Shebi, he is automobile engineering major, meaning about vehicles. When he opens his bonnet, he couldn't see anything to touch to make the vehicle come back to life. A professor in mechanical engineering with automobile major or optimal option. His vehicle stops. He doesn't know what to do about it. What does he do? He calls Emeka or Shikiru, who are school dropouts. And they come, and Emeka was able to fix what a professor in automobile engineering could not fix. Why? All the theories are in the head of the professor, but not the skill, not the hands-on skill. That's what a typical Nigerian program provides. Or a graduate of accounting finishes from the university and come first and got first class and applied to First Bank and comes up first in the interview. And yet they say, sorry, even though you come out with first class in your university, and then you come out first in the interview, you can still start work in our bank. You will have to go for a 6-month training before you can be relevant to the banking industry. Oh, this guy, when it comes to academic rigor, please look at your screen, academic rigor. This guy was on top. It comes to what? Academic rigor. Look at my screen, academic rigor. The guy did well in academic rigor. But when it comes to academic mastery, meaning the use of the skill learned in the rigor, the guy does not fit in. Now ask yourself, what has the guy been doing for 4 years that is so unimportant to a bank that the bank says, sorry, even though you're in top of your class, you still have to go for a 6-month training. I don't know if I'm complicating at all. So the Nigerian curriculum or Nigerian educational programs doesn't provide the skill needed. And that goes in line with what someone says by saying holistic learning. Holistic learning must give a child knowledge, deep knowledge, which we are also always look out for in Nigeria as have 8 A's, have passed JAM, 30 something in JAM, and all this things like that. Also in first class, second class all pass, with class all, all things like that. Academic rigor. We pack load knowledge into our children. But when they finish, the knowledge is not able to be translated into skills needed in life or life skills. We are staying on this what do you call it, on this slide to know why should you or why is it necessary for us to have a blend of Nigeria with at least one other curriculums. We is also thank God for Lujimi yesterday. He dealt with that one seriously yesterday. But he has dealt with that. He told us how to do about it. He also told us why. I'm just driving home more points on the whys. People, listen very well. No, let me not go there. Now, so because of what somebody said last night, British curriculum, especially British curriculum, has mastery, life mastery, critical thinking, and creativity. No countries survive without creativity. You see, when somebody finishes accounting in the university and is looking for work, you don't blame them. You don't mean to look for work You're meant to create work. Because a typical accountant graduate is meant to start a microfinance bank owned by himself. Akawu, Dele Ajo, they are all microfinance bank. Helping people manage their money, helping people to how to spend their money. They are banks. If somebody studied geology, he's supposed to start his own company. If somebody studied early childhood education or SEN, special education needs, special school, to start his own firm. If you study chemical engineering, he's supposed to start to produce chemical things, either for agriculture or for home use or for whatever action at all. If you study medical lab science, you're not supposed to be looking for work. And all the courses, psychology, sociology. Imagine how many of our politicians finished with first class in political science program in the university, and they know nothing about politics. Because if they do, won't be in the mess we are now. Relevance. So if you are here, you are still a wonderful Nigerian citizen who doesn't want to hear about blending Nigeria with all that. You have heard now the relevances. There are so very many of them. And aside the global competitiveness, we have life skills in this curriculum. Critical thinking is there because in life, if you do not know how to think critically in life, you are a loser. If you're not creative in life, you are a loser. Don't forget that those who are on top today, they are the wealthiest people. It's not because they have PhD or they come out with first class. Even Professor Wole they say he didn't come up with first class. Now, where are those who come up with first class and studied the same program with him, English language? But he was the one that became our first Nobel laureate in Nigeria when it comes to literary prowess. Why? Because the guy became the papa became creative and started writing those crazy novels. So real life is about you face a particular problem or circumstance and you think through it, critical thinking, and then you become creative. All the billionaires and millionaires in Nigeria, you check them very well. Not all of them, not even many of them, not many of them come up with first class or creativity. Why? Because Nigerian school teach learning content. They don't put creativity inside. They don't put critical thinking inside. And it's very sad. That is why children are now saying school is camp. Because they come up, they did all their level best, and they came up and they're looking for work. Because Nigerian curriculum does not or do not have in it what it takes for somebody to finish up and be dependent in life. I think this matter has been overflogged. You cannot see that if you are here and you want to be a true Nigerian and say, I will never blend and talk. You have heard it now that you have to blend it. Aside that, the world is no longer a global village. Sorry, it's no longer a global village. The world is now a pocket size or palm size. In the olden days, they say the world is a global village. That was many years ago. Now, the size of the whole world is not bigger than the phone in your hand, which you put in your pocket. The whole world is in your pocket through that phone. What do you want to do? They're all there. You want to go to school, you apply through your phone or your laptop. You want to book Uber, you apply through that. You want to book a flat, you apply through that. You want to write exam, you apply through that. You want to see your mother or your parents or your children, you give them a phone call through that. You want to talk to your friends, give them a phone call through that. You want to attend a program through the phone or through laptop. So that's the size of the world now. Our albums, our videos, our lives, our certificates, everything in that palm size. So based on that, we should raise children that are also globally relevant and globally fit. Now, for the Nigerian program, the Nigerian program, let's see, let's have a quick overview of Nigerian programs on Nigerian curriculum. I told us that the world program, educational program, means the same thing as electronic curriculum, or more or less, yes, more or less. And that's why some of us, I always say, once in a while, have the opportunity, some of us we blew wrong English unknowingly. You will be asking a child, what course are you studying in university? That is a very bad English. You don't go to university to study a course. You go to university to study a program. Education is a program. Engineering is a program. Medicine is a program. Architecture is a program. Accounting is a program. So psychology is a program, so on and so forth. But inside each program, it's broken down into courses. So you don't ask the children they're studying courses. Yeah, they're studying a program. Okay. So now, a quick overview of Nigerian program generally or holistically. We have the early childhood education (EC). We have the primary education. We have the junior secondary education. We have the senior secondary education. We also have the tertiary education. That's what we have in Nigeria. All right. And tell us one more time. So now, still on the Nigerian program. Sorry, now let's go to the British. Somebody's talking about the key stages yesterday, during yesterday's session with Pastor Luigi. We have here, compared to ECE in Nigeria, we have EYFS, or we have Cambridge EY. We also have Montessori as well. Then we have key stage 1. British curriculum is broken into key stages, key stage 1 to key stage 5. Please, there are no key stage 6. So that's the end of it. And you can see the ages there. For EYFS, for EYFS, this age range is an error. I'm sorry for that. Start from age 0 to age 5. If it is the EYFS as a preschool curriculum. If it's the Cambridge EY, is from age 3 to age 6. And both of them are British early childhood curriculum. I come again, EYFS doesn't start from age 3, start from age 0 to 5. That's why it's called birth to 5 matters or development matters, age 0 to 5. But for Cambridge EY, Cambridge early years, it starts from age 3 and ends at age 6. So now, for key stage 1, don't be afraid of all these key stages. I'll give it to us as simple as it is, as it should be. Now we have in Nigeria, a similar setup in Nigeria. We have lower primary. That is key stage 1, which is primary 1 and primary 2. Now on the inside British 2, we have it as year 1 and year 2. But they don't use the word primary. They use the word either year 1 and 2 or stage 1 and 2. That's why completion of stages is called key stage. Key stage or key year, but it's actually key stage. So key stage 1 is equivalent to our own lower primary. Key stage 2 equivalent to our own lower, to our own upper primary. So year 3, 4, 5, 6 in Nigeria, it's a grade 2 to 5. If it's a private school, if it's a public school, it is grade 3, primary 3 to primary 6. You see that? Then key stage 3 is same thing our own lower secondary. We call it junior secondary. In British, it's called the lower secondary. Nigeria, junior secondary. British, lower secondary. Key stage is key stage 3. For key stage 4 is our own senior secondary, but it's being called upper secondary there. Right? Upper secondary. So I come again, key stage 1, lower primary. Key stage 2, upper primary. Key stage 3, lower secondary. Key stage 4, upper secondary. However, there's a little difference between our own senior secondary and British upper secondary. We spend 3 years in our senior secondary, but under the British structure, they spend only 2 years. So the program is only for 2 years and not 3 years. And don't forget, somebody as old as myself, I think they say I'm old now. I'm not sure of that, whether I'm old, because you can hear that my voice is not like a voice of an old man. But just see me too. At least you can see me on the screen there. That screen makes me look old. Don't mind that photoshopping. I'm still a very young man. Yes, if you see me, I jump, I run. do a lot of things like that. I don't see myself as being old at age 56. I'll be 56 in September this year. By God's grace and power and mercy. Yes, I'll be there. See that? I spent 5 years in secondary school. I spent 2 years in my own upper secondary because then we are still very British. Our structure is still very British then. I think mine was the last set of people who are spending 2 years in upper secondary, 1987. Now, people give us the structure. They keep the structure since almost more than 1,000 years. We have changed it to 3 years. And at the end of the day, after we change it, has it brought about any improvement in our academic progress? I don't know. Please, you judge yourself. So in case you are running a Nigerian British, note that the normal time to write the exam is at SS2, our own SS2. They don't have SS. They have year 10 and 11. And then we have key stage 5. So by the time it is SS2, your school is going to, listen very well, your school is going to write the exam. Now let me go back to the names of the exams written. For key stage 1, lower primary, we don't write the exam in Nigeria. Same thing also with the British. For the key stage 2, which is upper secondary, sorry, upper primary. At the end of the upper primary in Nigeria, children write primary school leaving certificate exam or they write common entrance. For children that are going to the government federal schools, they write common entrance exam. For children that are going to private school, they don't need that. But in Nigeria now, I'm sure we are still writing that. It doesn't matter anyway. Then for key stage 3, so now for the British setup, the exam written, as our own children are writing primary school leaving certificate exam, under the British, they are writing what is called primary checkpoints. That is what they write in both sides. For key stage 3, which is equal to our own GS1 to 3, but it is not called GS1 to 3 in the British. It is called because when they start to count from year 1, they don't stop until they finish secondary school. Until they finish pre-varsity or A-level. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. We jump to, after our own primary 6, we jump to JS1. But they say they continue counting year 7. So JS1, year 7, JS2, year 8, JS3, year 9 of the British. Don't let it confuse you. There's nothing there. Then, then for key stage 4, which is our own secondary school, which is their own upper secondary school. So the name of the exam they write at the end of primary under the British is called primary checkpoint, as I've said before. For the lower secondary, we write BECE exam here. Okay, BECE exam, or we call it Junior Echo, right? We have the state and federal. I'm wondering why there are 2 exams needed. Okay, states are trying to get money too from poor people. They organize the exam as well. One exam not rich. It's not good enough. May God help us in Nigeria. Government even extort the citizens. Okay, now, so as we write BECE exam or junior NEC or junior WAEC, whatever we call it, that is how under case of the British, they write what is called lower secondary checkpoint. Remember, primary is what? Primary checkpoint, that's the exam at the end of year 6. While for at the end of the junior secondary, which is year 9, as we write here, junior NECO, junior WAEC, they also write there what you call lower secondary checkpoint. So the exam written at the end of the primary, hear this one very well. End of the primary is checkpoint, but primary checkpoint. The one you write at the end of the junior secondary, key stage 3, is also checkpoint, but it's called lower secondary checkpoint. It also has another name. It is called secondary 1 checkpoint. So for the exam written, what do you call it? At the end of key stage 3 or junior secondary. For Nigeria, BEC exam. For the British, is what? Lower secondary checkpoint or secondary 1 checkpoint. So if you see the secondary 1 checkpoint, talking about the lower secondary checkpoint. Now, in our own senior secondary school, after the SS3, our children write WAS or NECO exam. They write both. For children who are in technical side, they write NAPTEP, right? Now for the British, the equivalent exam they write is called SSE, which is written a year lower, a year earlier than Nigerian. However, Nigerians being what we are, there are some schools that say, oh, that 2 years, those 2 years are not enough to prepare their children for the IGCSE exam, IGCSE exam. So they make their children to write, not to write at the end of 2 years, but at the beginning of SS3. It's wisdom anyway. It's not a bad thing. So children write. Now in this one, unlike the common thing we see in WAEC, whereby a lot of what do you call it? A lot of malpractices. There's no single malpractices on the IGCSE exam. You know fit. In fact, it's not even existing at all. So if you want to know a child is very brilliant, come on, you come to write IGCSE. Then we have key stage 5. Now, by the time a child writes IGCSE exam at our own SS2, which is their own year 11, I told you too, I spent 11 years too. So I wrote my own also at the second year in the secondary section. I wrote it 1987. Okay, so the key stage 5, if a child continues with the business curriculum, and I told you before, there are many of them. We have Cambridge as a British curriculum. We have Oxford AQ as a British curriculum. We have Patient Excel as a British curriculum, and so on and so forth. Please, your school has no business. If you say you are blending Nigerian British, because I've seen it before somewhere, Nigerian British, I say, which of the British curriculum subsidiary are you running? They say, no, it's just British. Nothing like it's just British. Which one of them? Which one of them? And there is one of them your school should never run. No. No, sorry, about 2 of them. The school should never run. Your school has no business with the national curriculum for England because it is called for England. Your school also has no business to run curriculum of Scotland and Wales because we are not Welsh. Neither are we Scottish. And don't forget what I said before, that curriculum of a nation is built peculiar to that nation. That is why national curriculum for England is meant for England, though. So in case you have adopted this curriculum, go and check which of them which of the subsidiary are you using? Oh, because there are some questions, some questions and some context that when your typical Nigerian teacher will get there, he won't know what to say. I was in a school in Port Harcourt, one of my clients' schools in Port Harcourt. When I was going through, I was doing for them what is called a book content audit recommendation. Yes, book content edit or book content evaluation. There was one of these books they have for English language from transition class to year 5. That school, everything there is totally British, totally English, not English as in English language, English culture. Many things, many words, they are totally, you can't even a child in America will not understand those words because they are peculiar to the UK. No, so to England, not even to the UK, to England, because curriculum for Scotland and Wales is about Scotland. About Wales is about the Welsh people. That is why the subsidiary of the curriculum for England, national curriculum for England is for England. So go and check which curriculum are you running now. Because when the teacher gets there, he will skip it. Be very important. One day we were all struggling with a year 2 mathematics, no, year 2 arithmetics that is UK based. Primary two maths. We were struggling with it on that WhatsApp platform. That was about 6 years ago, thereabout, 6 or 7 years ago. Just primary 2 maths. None of us knew it, and then AI has not come. What was the question? The question says, remember. The question says 3 people came to join a Formula One pit crew. CREW. 3 more people came to join a Formula One pit crew. How many people are in the crew now? Simple question. It's like saying a driver, okay, a car owner buys 2 more tires to the one on the vehicle. How many tires has he now together? All of us can answer that question because we know that a car must have 4 tires plus extra 2, making 6. If someone say 5 more people has come to join a standard football team, how many people are in the team now? Oh, the football team. Maybe there are 11 players in the team now, plus 5 now, 16. Easy. But nobody knows that. That's how simple that question should be. But because we are not residents of England, and this curriculum is for England, national curriculum for England. So go back and check which one are you running? Which of the British curriculum are you running with your Nigerian? Because when they get to such a place, another thing is that there's this simple English that even all of us that are here now, unless you study in the UK, you can't know the meaning of the English. You can't know it. Simple words like DALE, Dale. Not many of us understand it. VALE, veil, not VIL, VALE, veil. Words like count and countess. Okay, we know who a governor is. We know we know who a mayor is. We know who a governor is. We know who a senator is. Okay, even in the US, outside the year, we know who is the prime minister and who is the president and all that. But who is a count? Who is a countess? All such words. So because it is not an internationally inclined curriculum program, it is made for England, national curriculum for England. So the same thing goes to curriculum for Scotland and Wales. Inside, there are some subjects that are totally Scottish or Welsh, and Welsh is not even a regular English. Welsh is an English dialect. The way we have Yoruba language with dialect, or Igbo language, also language with dialect. We have dialect in Igbo language. Somebody speaking from Ebonyi, somebody from Abia may not understand it. Somebody speaking from Ondo State, Akoko, somebody from Lagos or Ibadan will not understand it. That's why we have Welsh as well. So what are you doing there? So which curriculum are you running? Now back to key stage 5. For key stage 5, when a child has written HCSA exam at key stage 4, moving to the next level, that child has already entered A level of Nigerian context. You know, our A level starts after year 12. Their own level starts after year 11. So what we call NAPTEL, no, what they call JUPEB or IJMB is their own key stage 5 A level side. I think, let me check the time. Wow, we have a few minutes more and we have not gone far at all. Okay, so let's jump this one. I'm sure we have really learned a lot. Let's jump now. The similarities in between the two of them is that, be it Nigerian or British, they are all nationally structured, meaning they are structured towards a nation that owns it. So okay, both define what learners will know at each stage and set common standards for planning, assessment, and reporting. Excuse me. Then the big common ground is that both emphasizes on core subjects, English, maths, and science. Now, for instance, now the primary checkpoint and lower secondary checkpoint, they will do about 12 or 13 subjects. They do maths, English, science, PE, humanities, because the number of subjects in the primary year 1 to 6 is same thing as year 7 to 9. It is at the senior level that they change subject. So there are 12 subjects under the British curriculum from year 1 to, listen very well, from year 1 to year 9. And funny enough, the subject we have in Nigeria now doing this new current subject under Dr. Lausa is a mirror of what they have there in the under the checkpoint subject. Checkpoint means, again, primary to lower secondary. And don't forget also, we have a similar structure. We have what's called BEC. BEC is meant to be a 9-year program. If you're 9-year program, it means that the same subject they do in the year one, you want to be doing in year 9, but you know that it's not so. There are little things there. But emphasis are laid on the same core subject in both Nigerian and British curriculum structure, English language, mathematics, and science. Now, we are not yet familiar with the subjects in they didn't release any of this curriculum, but I can show us. I have it. I can show it up, if not for time. But we have English, mathematics. We have civic and social responsibility. Thereabout. I forgot it. The one we call national value before. We have digital technology. We have digital technology. Yes, we have also PHE. We have professional studies. We have them like that. Other Nigeria. Now, in Nigeria, when they want to write the primary school certificate, what did they write? They write 3 subjects also. They write English, maths, and general papers. And paper comprised of science and other subjects attached to it. That's what they write in primary in Nigeria. In primary, under primary checkpoint in the British, the same thing, but a little difference. English, mathematics, and just science. Nigerian English, British English exam. Nigerian mathematics, English, British mathematics. But Nigeria, general subject, general studies. But under British checkpoints, both at primary level and also at the access level, is called science. So they're going to do 12, they're going to be offered 12 subjects from primary to lower secondary, but they will write exam only on 3 subjects at the end of year 6 and at the end of year 9, end of lower secondary. The subject they write, they're being offered from year 1 to year 9. English, they are English, mathematics, science, PE, humanities. I start again. English language, English as a second language, or English as a first language. We have English as a first language. We have English as a second language. We have English as additional language. That one is very new. 3 now. But you must adopt only one of the Englishes. Then we go to mathematics. Then there is science. Then there is humanities. It's a new subject. There is well-being. It's a subject. There is PE. Nigeria has PHE. British has PE. There is PE. The British has art and design. British has digital literacy. British has computing. And then the last one is modern foreign languages. Those are the checkpoint subjects from primary to lower secondary. Now, even despite offering all this, the key difference from Nigeria is that for Nigerian lower secondary, they write almost everything, either 9 or 10, I don't know, I've forgotten, subjects at the junior secondary ending. But for British, only 3 subjects. Then both believe in progressive learning, learning in sequence. What you learn in year 1, you learn more. There's topics like nouns in year 1. You see find nouns again in year 2. Find nouns again. I mean, if I'm talking about in Nigeria or in British, you see find that topic again in other English language, nouns, even in JS1 or year 7, you still find nouns again at SS1 of Nigeria or year 10. So same thing, progressive learning. The topic again, family. You find family being learned right from primary to junior and secondary level. You get it now? So like that, progressive learning. So, and then similar thing, there's what's called assessment and accountability. Both of those offer students formal assessment system that measure progress and guide decisions and hold the whole system accountable. However, this is theory in Nigeria. It's not realistic. They both measure children's learning progress. However, it's only on paper that the progress guide decision making in Nigeria, but it's only on paper in Nigeria. But in British, what a child gets this step will tell you how you handle the child next time. That's why the one was called differentiated learning, meaning you are just learning for each child. as learning progresses. We don't do that in Nigeria. Everybody enter water or countries. And you see, the whole system accountable. In Nigeria, nobody holds nobody accountable for anything. Whatever a child scores in common entrance or the child scores in what do you call it? Course in lower secondary, that one the child thorough with that. You get it? Nobody's being held accountable, no system. That is why you see JAM saying they cannot find some results, or some children fail, and that is all. No, that's not all. Not the British. Somebody will be held accountable for that. So, but they're similar. Then we have development of the old child. Now, if you truly study Nigerian NLDC curriculum, it suggests it suggests that the child should be totally developed. When we say the old child, it means that every topic you teach a child will develop the brain for knowledge, develop the heart for adjustment, and develop the hands for skill.
Hello, doctor. We can't hear you again. Are you still online? Okay, sorry, everybody. Please, can we just still hold on? I think the network must be network issue.
So, originally, you are the host. Now, kindly make me host again. So, originally, please kindly make me the host again. You're the host now. Can you hear me? Miss Originally, please. Mr. Originally, please, can you hear me? Wow. Ah, who is not the host again? The system gave the host responsibility to somebody else. Let me check it out here. Okay. I think I've seen the host. My other line is the host. Excuse me. Okay, good. All right. Can we all hear me? So sorry, everybody. I'm trying to reclaim the hostship. I don't know whether that English is correct or not. I don't know why you can't hear me. Okay, you can hear me. This is sorry. Okay, I'm the host. So let me quickly round off for us because our time is fast spent. Where are we? Where are we? Okay, here. Share the screen. Share the screen. Okay, here. All right. Good. So it is truly it is from what somebody said the other time. Say developing the total child or the whole child is the British that truly do that. Because as I do say that a total child or total learning must train the head, the heart, and the hands. Okay. So let me see what again I can quickly tell us before round off, so I can take questions and answer. All right. Excuse me. Okay, we have. Okay, let me quickly take this difference. Major differences we have for the Nigerian curriculum. It talks. We're talking about philosophy. Differences based on the philosophy, on the structure, on the teaching approach, and assessment. And this is where I'm going to stop. Philosophy of the Nigerian compared to the British curriculum, philosophy and the structure of the Nigerian curriculum, the British curriculum, the teaching approach of the Nigerian curriculum compared to the teaching approach to the of the British, and then the assessment methodology, assessment method, assessment approach. I'll stop there, and I'll have to rush it. Please forgive me. Now, for the Nigerian curriculum, you can see it here. Nigerian curriculum. This is it here. This place here, you can see it. It's a bit faded, but that is the Nigerian. While here is the British. Okay. Now there we have for the philosophy. What is philosophy of learning? If you study education, you will remember that you were being told that we have what is called the four scopes of education. The four scopes of education. Four scopes. There is the philosophy of education. There is the psychology of education. There is the sociology of education. And there is the history of education. Those are the four scopes of education. Now, history of education means how formal learning started, because before school began, before school was ever created by the likes of Aristotle and rest, okay, there have been home education, home training or home education. Now, the history tells us how did formal education, formal learning start. History tells us that. Now, the sociology of education tells us how sociology of education means how education is created to cater for the need of society. Remember, can you see that? Sociology of education. What the psychology of education means, how do children in their own country, how did they learn better? What's the best approach for them? Psychology. How the mind, how the mind learn, or how you can help learner's mind to learn. Psychology, psychologos. Now the fourth one is philosophy. Philo, love, or affection. Sophie, Sophia, meaning love. So philosophy of education means the love of wisdom as it relates to education, meaning that what to make learning attractive, interesting to a child? How do you present learning to children? How do you present a topic to a child that will make it to become philosophical? Because and now that is why methodology that you, the teacher, use in the class is about philosophy is very important. You can make or mar the child according to Frobel. Friedrich Frobel. He said, what we do or we refuse to do between age 0 to 5 for a child makes or mar the life of the child forever. So let me stop the next 3 minutes so I can take questions. Now, for Nigeria, with philosophy of learning, why children should be learning? What should we need to learn to is about national unity, citizenship, cultural preservation, entrepreneurship, and nation building. For the British, it's academic rigor, knowledge mastery, not knowledge acquisition. Knowledge mastery means gaining skill from knowledge. If a child learns about cooking method under home economics, the child should learn to cook that very week. You get it now? So that's different. So critical thinking, creativity, global competitiveness. Now for structure, the Nigerian curriculum is organized around subjects, around themes, around modules. Okay? And it's also around competencies and national values. Okay? And it has heavy content or detailed content. For the British, it's organized around key stages, not around subject. And we have programs of studies instead of themes and attainment targets. And it gives school more delivery flexibility. Now, for teaching approach, for Nigeria, we teach traditional, teacher center. Teacher does everything and give it to children. And it is content driven and is exam oriented. You must score A, and that's what matters. But all the A's we're scoring has not taken us far. But British is learner center. This learner must have knowledge deeply and must be transformed and must become skillful from year one. It's not content driven, it is inquiry based. It's discussion oriented, meaning everybody is discussing about the topic. And teacher is not the teacher, is simply what a facilitator. And lastly, on assessment. For Nigerian strong assessment is on CA and I stake exam like BEC, like WAEC and NECO. While for British, greater emphasis is on formative assessment, meaning as a child writes an exam, it informs the teacher on how to adjust the learning, tailor the learning to the child's academic personal capability. We're going to come up with another free training probably very next week. Yes, next week or next 2 weeks. It is called Learning Support Program. How to help children in your school, children that are studying in your school to improve. One, how to identify them. And two, how to track their learning. And three, how to differentiate or how to boost their learning. Now, this is not about subject children, it's also about brilliant children. Because typically in Nigeria, schools only support children that are studying, but they leave brilliant children alone. That's an error. So that free trade is a trade was due. Probably maybe next week Saturday or next week Friday. No, this week Friday or this week Saturday. It's a free training. Don't worry. Okay, show us. LSP is also a tester class for a program we're about to do. It is called LPIS, Learning Performance Strategies. That one too also is going to be physical and also virtual as well. It's a terminal that has transformed schools all over Nigeria. Yes. So now, emphasis on assessment is on formative assessment, on coursework, and assessment for learning, and also summative assessment. So it's a balance, and we're going to stop here. If you want to have this, this is a free training, but I won't give you my material for free. No, I won't, and I won't give you a certificate for free. So if you want to have this material, this very PowerPoint slide is available. There's also the manual. The manual is also available. Let me show you the manual before I have to stop for question and answer here. This is the manual here. This manual here. You can see the manual. The manual is 20 pages. Okay. If you don't want the slide, you can have the manual, right? You can have the manual. The manual is there available, excuse me. Available. This manual here. Okay, is available for you to maybe you want to use it for your staff or you want to run through it by yourself and get more understanding on it. So you can see what we have remain. We have remaining there. We have yes, we have the remaining strengths and challenges of the British curriculum. It has its own strength, it also has its own challenges. We also have the what Nigerian educators can learn from the British curriculum. We also and then the conclusion. So if you want the manual plus the slides plus certificates, they are available at the rate of 3,500 naira only. Okay, they are available. Okay, so and then this very recording is that one's available for free. Post the link to the record to this live session for free. So on this note, I'm going to pause here and take 10 minutes, 10 minutes or 5 minutes question and answer, which will be answered by both of us, myself and a wonderful person here, in person of Mr. Olujimi. Daddy Olujimi, I hope you are still there. Okay, he's still here. He's still here. So I will ask you to unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself now, so that you be on standby.
Yes, I'm here. All right.
So please, you can take the questions that we have there. So when I have to add anything more, than me. If not, I continue. So anybody who has a question, please, we take only
There's
two
a
more
question.
questions apart from the one we
There's a
have here on
question
the
on the
screen
chat.
because of our time. So if you have
There's
a
a question
question,
on the chat.
go on, sir.
All right. Somebody's asking a question. Can you please explain the difference
There's a question
between
on the chat box. Can you please explain the difference between Cambridge Checkpoint English and Cambridge Checkpoint English as second language? Which one would you advise is to adopt? Please go ahead, sir.
Well, I would advise that you adopt English as a second language because that's the reality in Nigeria. Um, English is according to our language preference. Though we have chosen English as our national language, but everybody still have their first language, which is the language of your parents, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, or whatever. Now, English, the main English is that is also broad, but sometimes you can have. I always advise teachers whenever they want to get their certification to go for the English while you adopt English as a second language for your learners. I think that's what I advise.
Okay. And also more difference on that. If you have more questions, just raise up your hand so that you can be unmuted. Let me add to what Mr. Olujimi just said. I call him Mr. Olujimi, I call him Pastor Olujimi, anyone that enters my mouth, because he is both of them. He's even more a pastor than whatever. So also when it comes to what you call subject strands, but what we call subject strands, almost Nigerian subjects, none of them have strands, except English language that looks as if it has strands. Okay, we have comprehension, grammar, and then we have speech work, then we have composition or essay writing. These are the branches of English language, but you don't call it branches. Under British, we call it, they're being called strands. And you know one thing, all the subjects at the checkpoint level, all of them at checkpoint level from year 1 to year 9 under the British, and some subjects at the IGCS level for senior secondary. They all are broken into strands. And reason for strands, you can learn more about strands when you're having the real training, the real training, the major training. Now the major training, this is also a real training place, major training. And the strands of English as a first language, there are 3 strands. While the strands of English as a second language, there are 5 strands. For the first language strand, the English strands are reading strand, writing strand, and use of English strand. Use of English simply means grammar in Nigeria. While for English as second language, that one has 5 strands. The first 3 strands of English as second language and 2 more strands. So we have the first 3 strands, which is reading, writing, and use of English. Then the 2 more strands are added to it because from what Mr. Jimmy said, because our first language is not English, even though we speak English. because we don't speak English well. Number two is that because when an Englishman is speaking, we are not able to comprehend what he's saying. Say, pardon? You said, you mean what? Hello. That's why people like me, when I'm watching an English movie, I still need an English subtitle to know what people are saying. You get it now? So, in order for a child that is not from the UK or from the US to understand when an Englishman is talking, or to be able to speak like an English person. For instance, now we want somebody to adjust for us on a seat. We say, please dress for me. Somebody is putting on clothes. You ask the person to dress for you. Okay, so that's already, if you are in a bus in the UK or the US, you already be arrested for that. You are arresting the person. So how do English speak English well? How do they speak it right? How do they speak it with diction? So the speaking aspect of English as a second language is the diction aspect and also the contextual aspect of it, as well as the intonation aspect of it. So for anybody that travels outside the country, learn how to listen to English from Nigeria and learn how to speak English correctly from Nigeria. That is why those two strands are added to English as a second language. And when somebody is traveling abroad and the person is being asked to present IELTS or present TOEFL or whatever, those four strands, reading, writing, speaking, and listening, they are the ones they are looking for. You've already done it. A child can easily present the scores if the child gets in English as a second language and present it to the embassy, and they will allow the child to bypass TOEFL and IELTS. Those are the differences. If there's any more questions, I have one more question. I raise up my hand or I type it in the chat box. Okay. If there is no more question about Mr. Jimmy, please give us just 1 or 2 minutes charge and round up. Just 1 or 2 minutes charge. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Doctor, and appreciate all you have said. Just to add 1 or 2 things concerning the matter of having making the curriculum that is locally relevant. Now, despite the fact that we want to be locally relevant, we must make sure that in the blending or in the alignment, or what somebody called earlier, when you were asking about the kind of curriculum that schools offer. I know somebody said something like, I'm trying to get it back again. But I know that this is just trying to,
Nigerian, American, and British.
No. The one that, okay, yes, I've seen it. Adapted and integrated curriculum. Yeah, so this is more about making it locally relevant. It's just exactly what you have been saying and what Doctor have been saying. I would want everybody to just know that making our curriculum international is more of making our learners to be internationally relevant. Anytime, any day, the learners that have been opportunity to be exposed to international curriculums can easily adapt. As is said from the beginning, is beyond the Cambridge curriculum or the British curriculum. We can also talk about other curriculums like the IB and others like that, like the IB, the American. I was actually hoping that I will see somebody whose school offers the IB, because it's not a popular thing in Nigeria yet, but it's one other very, very, very good curricula that schools can offer. So, all being said, you have done a good work and a good thing, sir. Thank you very much, and I appreciate everybody that's in attendance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, everybody, too. I'll call your name one by one to appreciate you for being here. And don't forget that we said that we have a major training that's going to take about 5 days, no, about 5 days, not 4 days. Usually 5 days training online, on about 4 days training physically. Okay, 3 or 4 days training online, 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4 days training physically, and 4 or 5 days training online. It is called the pedagogy of the British curriculum. It's coming on the way, and this one you learn tonight is just an extract from there. If you have learned anything at all tonight, one thing or two things that are new, may I see your hand up? You tell us one thing you've learned tonight, or two things you've learned tonight. Okay, I see Tolu Atope, Adeleke Ajayi. Anybody else who has learned something new? If you don't want to, you can. Okay, we also have Kombomoje. Mr. Kazim, how are you, sir? Okay, Madam Sophist, thank you. So, what have you learned that is new? Put it on the chat box as I continue my talk to round off. If it's not too long. So, as I round off now, we have a training coming up on the way. And please don't forget, we want to have free trainings every weekend and possibly 2 trainings per week. We call it Festival of Trainings. Okay? Festival of Trainings. Thank you, Chino, for. So if you have learned something, please drop what I've learned there on the chat box as I'm talking now to round off, because I will copy them and paste them on the WhatsApp group. Or you can send me what you have learned. 2 things you have learned, 2 new things you have learned. I don't want to hear, wow, it's awesome. What makes it awesome? 2 new things you have learned that has transformed you. You can drop it for me. If you check the WhatsApp platform, you see me as an admin there. Send send it to me as a chat on WhatsApp, or you drop it right here and I'll post it with your name on general. So don't forget, this is just an extract of the training that is coming up on the way, and there'll be more trainings. Very well, you will see more of me and more of Mr. Jimmy and my other team members of us. Okay, that will be giving you 2, at least 1 training every week, or maximum of 2 trainings every week from now till the end of July, or probably to the middle of August. So those trainings are free, but there will be paid ones in and out. So those ones that are free, they will be highly impactful. So you are free to ask for certificate. You're also free to participate in our major trainings. Don't forget, we have curriculum, we have schemes of work for any of your British classes. If it's EYFS, we have schemes of work for EYFS from 0 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 4 to 5. We also have newly curated Jolly Phonics scheme of work, and it has 4 classes. Class 1, 2 to 3 years. Class 2 is 3 to 4 years. Class 3, 4 to 5 years. And class 4 is 5 to 6 years, which is your own transition class or your own year 1. Beautifully created, very comprehensive. It's going to be a game changer for your school. You can order for them. And then lastly, we have other trainings that are coming also on the way, physical and virtual. Just remain in that group where you are. Don't go out of it, because we're posting more inputs there. Mr. Ojime is a certified Cambridge and Oxford curriculum expert. I am a certified British expert generally, but he is particularly certified Cambridge and I think it's Oxford. It is Pearson, is it Pearson, Excel, or Oxford? So if you need services of either of us, please feel free to private chat us. All right. If you prefer Mr. Lujimi, send me a chat. I will send his number to you. All right, Mr. Lujimi, please drop your number, sir, in case you need a service. Okay, drop your number on chat box so you can contact him directly. We train schools on this very pedagogy of this curriculum. We've trained many schools all over Nigeria and outside Nigeria and other African countries. Yeah, so we are very much available unto you. So very, very much lastly now, I have questions here. Okay, I have questions here. No, I have no question. I have what do you call it? What people learn from here. We have okay. I appreciate you for coming. Who? Then somebody's okay. Koja says she has learned the blend of the 2 curricula. We produce an international relevant student who is positioned to be able to solve problems, not just going through academic rigor. Thank you very much, Madam Ronke. I think I saw yesterday on Pastor Jimmy's train. iPhone, I don't know. iPhone says, to me, it's a refresher course because I have been privileged to be under your tutelage. Oh, no, no, Mercy. Oh, I missed you. How are you? More than 5 years ago. I think you're in my training about 5 years ago. I think yes. Then Sophie's, Madam Sophie's, the type of curriculum we shouldn't use in Nigeria. Yeah, that's true. The design of the new Cambridge UI. Thank you. Tolu said I've learned about the key stages and Cambridge Checkpoint lowers English as second language. Mr. Jimmy has dropped his phone number. Please get to him. Thank you very much. And on this note, we have finished up for this free session. So thank you very much. The link will be dropped now. The link will be dropped now. The link to this live session will be dropped now, both to the from the Zoom and also for the YouTube. You can watch them every time. Last, don't forget, materials available for you plus certificate, both the slides and the manual and the certificate, 3,500 naira. If you want that, please chat me up on WhatsApp. Thank you very much, and God bless you. If you enjoyed the session, please drop a smiley as we're rounding up. Before you go out, drop a smiley and then begin to exit. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Drop a smiley, and then you can begin to exit. Thank you for the smiley. Thank you for the smiley. Thank you for the smiley. Only 3 smileys. Okay. I can see smiley in the chat and also smiley outside the chat. Sheyi, thank you. Continue, thank you. Funke Lewis, thank you. Okay, thank you, Funke Lewis. Thank you, Chino M5. Thank you, Eblomo Kolakbo. Thank you, Flashade, Samsung A06. Thank you, Funke Lewis. Thank you, Benga Yomide. Thank you, iPhone. Juliet O2. Thank you, Mr. KKB. How are you? Doesn't go on, Modipe, thank you. Monde Udo, thank you. Olawi Christiana, thank you. My wonderful man, Olijimin, thank you very much. Quinchini, hey, God help me. I almost said something different. Thank you, Quinchini. Thank you, Renke Koja. Thank you, Roslino Yuchi. Samsung SMS 906 UI, U1. Cheyi, thank you. Woliola Azana, thank you. God bless you all and have a good night rest. Wait for the link to the recording session. Bye.